As they make their way to the stage. First, from Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. He is ranked the WBC #2 welterweight in the world. Please welcome the former IBF welterweight champion of the world, Showtime, Shawn Porter.
Porter began his career as a professional at 165.5 pounds.
Which is what he fought as an amateur as well.
So he's coming down, obviously, former 147.
Let's talk a little bit before they get on the scales. You know, I'm happy the fight is here, but I'm not really as hype as I thought I would be. I mean, yeah, it's a really big fight, but a lot of times Heyman fighters have the issue of when they're in a really big fight and things go really good for them, they don't really capitalize off of the momentum. So, for example, in a perfect world, the winner of this would go on to fight the winner of Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence, if it happens, right? However, if it was Danny Garcia the win, he would likely go on to fight Andre Berto, then fight Errol Spence if he's really, if he's still champion, or Mikey Garcia, whoever wins that fight, if it happens. Hell, Danny Garcia would even fight Yordanis Ugas or Cesar Barrio Nuevo, probably. Because the winner of that is going to be a future mandatory. For example, if you don't know, the winner of Garcia versus Porter is going to technically have 2 mandatories. Also, damn, they're getting it out already? Porter's a stand-up guy, though. He always makes weight.
Looking for his signature victory
got a nut
Saturday
stain
night
on that
against
towel,
Danny
on that
Garcia.
It's like they're preparing.
Yeah, a little drama here.
147 pounds, right at
He's
the
right
limit
on.
for Showtime, Shawn Porter. 147 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent ready to step onto the scale with a fantastic record of 34-1 with 20 knockouts. In his 9th world title appearance, here's the former 2-division champion of the world, Danny Swift Garcia.
Garcia's fought 10 current or past champions. He's 10-1 with 4 knockouts.
Pounds,
and he comes in comfortably under 147.
For Danny Swift Garcia.
They do look a little, but, as long as they make weight, it doesn't matter. But if you look at them, let me see if we can get a nice shot of them. You'll see that they're a little, Danny looking a little dry. But nonetheless, I mean, what was that, 146 and 3/4? Or 146.3, I forgot what he said. Nonetheless, he's under the limit. But I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I like the card, and I understand why the undercard is not super crazy spectacular with the Showtime budget issues that are going on right now. Now, next year, starting in January, they have a major budget overhaul. They released news on it, but the new budget doesn't go into effect until next year. So as it stands right now, putting a fight like Garcia versus Porter on Showtime, and remember, these guys command a lot of money. So a fight like this not being on free TV or not being on pay-per-view, the undercard is going to have to, take a little bit of hit. But what I've seen was that there are 13 or 14 cards. 13 or 14 fights on the entire card. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights. So they're giving you quantity over quality when it comes to the undercard. Yordanis Ugas versus Cesar Miguel Barrio Nuevo. The winner of this is a WBC eliminator. So the winner of this is going to go on to fight for a WBC title soon. By the way, you guys can also go the IBF route to be the mandatory for Errol Spence. Adam Kornowski versus former IBF champion Prince Charles Martin. Amanda Serrano versus Yamila Esther Reynoso. And majority of these fights are going to, I believe Showtime is streaming the whole card on their website. Meaning not on their website, on their Facebook and YouTube. But to see the Kornowski, Ugas, and Danny Garcia Porter fight, you have to watch on regular Showtime. So the undercard is going to be streamed, from my understanding, or at least a good portion of the undercard fights. Also, Terrell Williams is fighting. Remember, he had that controversial fight against Pritchard Cologne, even though people blame him for it. You know, it's a slippery slope. Oh, let's listen in.
For a long time. Have you always thought in the back of your mind you might fight Shawn Porter someday?
It's a matter of time before I fight everybody. You know, it's how the sport is, and it's all about timing, and the time is now. So I'm ready to go in there and reclaim what's mine.
Everybody is really, really excited about this fight. Now, I know you've had many big fights before. Rate your excitement level compared to some of your other big fights.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for all my fights. You know, it's another fight for my legacy, and I plan on going there and giving 150%, giving my all, my blood, sweat, and my tears, and make my family and my friends proud.
What's going to happen tomorrow night?
Oh, Danny Garcia, baby, wins by under 9.
Good luck to you.
Going for the knockout.
Under 9.
Under 9.
Shawn Porter over
It's
here.
giving 150%.
Shawn, been 49 months since you've been a world champion. I know how much you want that WBC belt. Put your desire into words.
It's hard to put it into words. The best way I've come to describe it as of late is I've never really wanted anything in my life like this. And it's crazy that it's just a belt to some people, but to me, it's my world right now. And like I said, I'm not leaving Brooklyn without this belt.
I'll ask you the same question I just asked Danny. The two of you have been top guys in this division for a while. Did you always have in the back of your mind that you would fight Danny Garcia?
Hey, it's time to start knocking them off the totem pole. It's time to start knocking them off, and it starts here.
What's going to happen tomorrow night?
Shawn Porter will be victorious.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll see. We'll see. I do think he is the favorite, but I'm noticing a lot of people saying that Danny Garcia is going to knock him out. In my opinion, Danny Garcia would have to win by knockout unless Shawn Porter tries to fight differently. Let's say, for example, if Shawn Porter tries to use the Lamont Peterson game plan and dance around. I think it would be better suited for Shawn Porter to try to fight the way he did against Keith Thurman and Andre Berto in regards to being the pressure fighter, you know, and crowding Danny Garcia's space. But however, you may risk getting knocked out. Danny Garcia's power is respected at 147 pounds. If Shawn Porter wins, he said that he would go on to fight Errol Spence. If Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia happens on pay-per-view, which I'm hearing that it could possibly end up on free TV Fox, but if it does happen on pay-per-view, then you would have to think that Shawn Porter would go to Showtime and say, hey, listen, you know, y'all put that on pay-per-view, put me versus Errol Spence on pay-per-view too. You know, these fighters are mature now. You know, Danny Garcia's 30, Shawn Porter's 30, Keith Thurman's 30. Errol Spence is close to 30, 28, 29. You know, these guys, it's time. These guys have to start fighting each other. No more bullshitting around. Especially with this new Showtime deal and this new PBC on Fox deal. They can't afford to put on bullshit and fuck up the money like they did before and get into a situation where they have their fighters thinking about jumping ship because they're not getting enough airtime or fights. Now it's enough airtime for everybody, from my understanding, to fight all the main guys, the ones that were fighting once a year, twice a year. Now it's enough for you to fight 3 times a year. You know, and if you lose, you want to get on the comeback trail, you could possibly fight 4 times in a year. The time is there now. So we'll see. We already talked about the card. We already said that they're going to be streaming majority of the undercard. That's not on the Showtime feature. The Showtime features Adam Kownacki, Charles Martin, Yordanis Ugas versus Cesar Miguel Barrionuevo, and Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter. But the Amanda Serrano fight, Chris Colbert, Terrell Williams, Brandon Crawls, Ricky Lopez, prospect Richard Hitchens, Wilder's brother Marcellus Wallace. Also, Deontay Wilder's going to be there. Mikey Garcia is going to be there. Adrian Broner, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence supposed to be there. Adrian Broner, Gervonta Davis. So, you know, expect for it to be a solid event. Expect for a lot of people to be putting out interviews and everything like that from the fighters, and for us to learn a lot about what's going to be going on with these Haymon fighters and what their next fights may be, especially Keith Thurman, who's supposed to return. What's going on with the latest with Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, Wilder Fury, and also what's going on with Broner and Tank Davis. So I decided not to even attempt to try to go because everybody's going to the fight. So I'm trying to sit home and clean up on YouTube with my post-fight content. But anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. See you guys tomorrow night. I'm probably going to release some more Garcia Porter content later on tonight. You know, just to get it out. We'll see, though. Please subscribe.